Hi, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great week last week. I'm so glad that this election fiasco is over and done with, it's behind us, and we can move forward. And, the market can get back to providing some good opportunities for us. So, looking forward to that. So, what I want to do in this video is just recap my SLW trade from yesterday. I I normally like to do these the same day, but I wanted to wait until everything settled in my account, and that doesn't happen until midnight. That's when everything settles, so that I could show exactly how much money I made after commissions and everything. Because you can see this, the realized gains. You talking about 380 bucks, but once you take out commissions, then you'll see exactly what you're adding to your account. So I felt it would be important to show that in this. Um, so SLW was not on my watch list because it wasn't a gapper. You can see it didn't really have any pre-market action here, not much. But this was a nice 5-minute opening range breakdown setup. Unfortunately, it wasn't on my radar because it wasn't a gapper. And this happens sometimes. Um, it's it's like that. That's why I built the scan and I'm tweaking it so that on the days where I don't have a good setup, I could find stuff like this. But in this case, it hit my reversal scan around 10:01, 10 o'clock, and it was on this candle here. Now, this fooled a lot of people. A lot of people jumped in long on this. I do not I repeat, I do not take reversal trades in the middle of nowhere. And what I mean by that is there's no support here. If there's no support, I'm not taking it. Even though this thing had 4 checks, the RSI was below 20, very oversold. The volume, 1.94 million, awesome volume. And the price was good. It was above $10. The RSI was excellent, over $1. So it had all 4 checks, solid reversal. The only thing was missing was a level of support to base the trade off of. And, so I didn't, I went ahead and drew my levels and I said, I'll wait. If it got here, great. If it turned here and reversed off the 9, I'm going to take it short because this is a solid, strong downward trend. And it's very difficult for stocks to break this trend. Um, it, from what I've seen in the studying that I've done, I spent several months perfecting this trend reversal trade setup that I use now. And you see, I didn't bring it in until toward the end of the summer. I didn't bring it in until I had enough time in the simulator to go through all the scenarios that I could run into so that I could manage these trades, to the best of my ability. So I had two thoughts. I was looking for the bounce to the 9, and then I was looking for the rejection at the 9 for the trend reversal. And that's what I posted in chat. And when I say that, this is what I mean. And you're going to see me doing a lot of this on reversal because you can't look at indicators. Indicators are just that. They're indicating you that there's a possibility for this stock to reverse. The chart is what tells you the whole story, the rest of the story. The chart was telling me that this was not going to be a follow through up to the VWAP, that this would probably fail to 9 and turn around. And I was looking to get short on that. So I got in long here off of 1882. I waited for it to hit this level. It held here. You see, we had the wick that dipped below it. It held. And then we got the push on this candle. So once it confirmed on the 2-minute, I got in here 1903. But something strange happened. Within the next minute, 2 more orders of 300 shares hit. I didn't put these in. Okay, this wasn't me. I only went in 300 shares. You know, that's all I trade, between 1 and 500 shares. That's it. But I'm working with DOS now to try to figure out, or they're trying to figure out how this happened. No, it's not a sure trader problem. It's a platform problem, and that means it's a DOS problem. And they did say that there's an issue there somewhere. They need to fix it. They need to figure out why it did that. I mean, it could have been my computer sending orders out. I don't know. But, from what they see, they said it was an issue on their problem. So I'm going to take their word for it. But what happened was I didn't realize I was in 900 shares until I got ready to put my stop in, because I forgot to put my stop in as soon as I got in this trade. So it was printing this candle when I was going to put my stop in, and I realized I was in 900 shares. So it totally freaked me out. And I spent the next several minutes trying to figure out what to do. Do I dump all of it here? The trade is working. So no need to just throw it out. So I'm thinking now, should I take half off and just leave the other half on to see if we actually tap VWAP? What should I do? In the meantime, this candle starts to sell, and I got spooked out. And that's one of the reasons why you don't want to go in too heavy. It's too easy for your anxiety levels to raise, and you don't make coherent decisions. And in this case, I just got spooked out. And it was for a profit, which, 7 cents times 900 shares, that's pretty decent. It's not anything that's going to make me red. So that was fine. But the one mistake, well, I wouldn't say I made a mistake the first time. That was just something that happened. But when something out of the ordinary happens and it takes you out of your game, then you don't make clear decisions. And I jumped short here looking for the trend reversal, because I said, well, this thing is going to sell and we're not going to get to the 9. So I got short here at 1907 for 300 shares and got stopped out, because it did complete the move to tap the 9, just like what I originally was looking for. But all of this got me out of my game. So I had to go walk outside for a second, calm down and reset. And then I came back, waited for this candle to close, and took this short. So I had a stop. Let's see, that cost me, let's see, real quick. That stop out was $72, and that 900 share long was 37. So after commissions, it was because they charged me commissions every time I bought 300 shares, or I allegedly bought 300 shares. So the commission cost was pretty high on that one. So I lost $72, gained 30. So I was down, at this point. But I waited for this 5-minute candle to close, and I got in when this candle broke the low, and the 2-minute chart confirmed that we were back in a downtrend. So I got in, and my goal, first target, was 1850. Now, I know this level held a support here the first time, but this stock was very weak, and I didn't feel that this was going to give it much fight. It did give it some pause here, because we did hold here. Then we got this indecision doji candle here, and I was still using the 9 as a guide. The good thing is this 9 was still coming in hard. The 20 was coming in hard. Everything was showing me that this was still in a downtrend. So I stuck with the trade. We got the move down. I took 1851. I didn't take half. I took 200 shares off. And once we got down here, I moved my profit stop to break even here. And then I realized once we got down below 1850 that and the 9 had come in so much, I just put in a 30-cent profit stop. And you can see why that was a good move because, we got to move back up here. Now, obviously I left a lot of money on the table because, I could have taken it all off here. I could have taken 300 shares off here and left 200 on. But my plan was 200 here, 200 at 1787, and then we're going to leave another 100 to see if we get, how far we can fade that day. But it ran into support here and got back over 1850 and got out. Stopped me out on my profit stop. Now, probably, there was a lot of thoughts going through my mind here about taking it off and everything, but I stuck to my stop. And no matter what, even though I gave up, about 20 cents or so profit, I got stopped out here at 1869. Even though I gave up, about 20 cents profit, I stuck to my plan. And no matter what you do, you have to stick to your plan. If your plan consistently loses you money, then you need to adjust it. But, my plan has proven to consistently keep me out of trouble, still consistently help me book profits, so I'm going to stick to it. All right, so the next trade, I was looking for the rejection here. Now, I know based on all of my studying for these trend continuation trades that you will get a test of the 20. More than likely, you're going to get a test of the 20. The thing I liked about this was the 1882 level was here, which held as support over here, is now resistance, and this held. Once this confirmed that it was holding this on the 2-minute, I went ahead and got out. I went ahead and got in, took it short. I didn't take profit here because I was waiting for 50. I was going to take it off at 50 again. But this was coming up, and I was like, you know what? I'm not too sure about this anymore. I started second guessing myself, and I didn't stick to my plan. So I took it off here at 1884, for 5 cents, which was, ridiculous. But then I got back in, once I realized the mistake I made. I got back in here at 1870, covered some here at 1857. And I covered 300. Yeah, got in at 1870, covered 300 here at 1857. I kind of learned, I was taking the lessons I learned from this one by only taking 200 here. I took 300 on this first hit, and I held it. Then I took 100. What did I take it? At 1833. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got in here. I took 300 here around 1850s. I took 100 here at 1833. And my next goal was going to be this 1787 level. So I held it through all of this. I only holding 100 shares. And I guess this got cut off. But this was where I covered right at 359 in 30 seconds. I waited to the last possible minute. I was anticipating this level to us to lose this level, especially after it pulled back here. It tried to push over the 9 and it rejected, and it was coming down again. I fully expected to get to 1750, which is where the next level was. But it didn't. The last 15 minutes, it started to gain some strength, and I ended up just closing it right before close. Solid, solid trade, and these are the type trades that I love to be in. Because if I can get in one stock and I can get the pulse and the feel of one stock, I can maximize it and just bleed it dry and continue to add money to my account. And that's what we're trying to do. That's the name of the game. So you can see now the one I only made 5 cents on. I think that one was like $11 or something. I didn't put that on here. It's up under here, but I didn't put that on here because I didn't have enough room. But that happened, because we just went over it. But you can see this is all of the trades I took. These are all of the tickets that I took, all of the commission costs, and this is what I made after commissions. This is what I added to my account, 287.96. We started with 380, 74.25 in commissions, and then the ECN fees, here. So we got just under $100, like 92 and some change, 92.04 in commissions. Even though that's high, that's the cost of doing business in share trading. If you're starting with nothing like I started with, this is all we can do. And this is the best option, and this is why I'm showing you this. I'm gonna do the recap for the week later on today or either tomorrow, and you'll see. We hadn't even been doing this 2 months, and we're already at $5 grand. So, it can be done, and that's what I'm proving. I've got a lot of people hating on me because they say I'm not really doing this, or I'm doing some kind of magic act or whatever. But you guys saw me trading live. That's why I wanted to trade live some last week. You saw exactly what I post. That's what I'm doing. There's no, look at this hand while the other hand's doing this. This is exactly what we do. And this is, excuse me. And I teach these strategies in our warrior trading community. These are the same strategies that I teach, and it's all part of what we do there. So it's viable, and it is scalable, as you will see. Starting January 1st, we'll be trading with a $5,000 account every month, and you will see how we can generate revenue off of $5,000 a month. That is what got me to where I am today. That's what allowed me to quit my job and start trading full time. So, I'm sharing all of that, through these videos. So if you like it, keep liking it, keep watching it, and do me a favor and pass it on to other people you feel who are in this same position. Who want to trade, they don't have a whole lot of money, and they're gonna have to start this way. So that's it for me on this SLW trade. You see, where we're at. You see how easy this was. I mean, it was, and I made some mistakes. The thing about it is, I even made mistakes. I didn't even trade it perfectly. I could have easily added $100 to this. Easily added $100 to this had I not made the mistakes I made. So you can see, even making these little mistakes, I almost put $300 on the bottom line in just one trade. I mean, trading one ticker. We had multiple trades on it and covers, but you got that laser focus on one ticker. And if you find one of these a day and you do average on it like I did, and then maybe nail one or two a week, just imagine how good your week's going to be. And this is consistency, guys. This is being consistent. Let's see, one other thing I'm going to show you. On my website, I'm only posting my recap videos from every week here. So if you don't want to search them on YouTube, or if you end up here before going to YouTube, the recap videos I'll be posting here on my website. But what I wanted to point out here, you look at my losses. This shows you how consistent your losses can be if you're using hard stops. Now, this was a miscalculation yesterday. On Thursday on my stop. I was in more share size than I thought, and my stop was off. But you can see it was double what it should be, almost. Once I realized that, I stopped out. But you'll see my stops are going to be within this range here, because I set hard stops, and that's what protects me. But look at my my profits. Some of them are small, yeah, because you didn't get any follow through. But when I get follow through, look at the profits: 133, 178, 95, 213, 72 and 72 would have been a wash. 95, 85, 145. And it's doing good. And this curve, I had some hiccups in here, and we're gonna have hiccups. Here was a very choppy week here, but we're moving on up. But we'll cover all of that on the next video. I just wanted to share my trades this week with you, the SLW trade, because I know there was a lot of interest in it and how I managed it. So until the next time, I will see you. Y'all have a great weekend, and I'll be back with my weekly recap video a little bit later on.